Sam Cosentino is landing NHL Network Draft Insider. So the draft now 2 days away, Sam, and we know who the top prospects are. But I think the better thing to look forward, wildcards. Give me a couple, maybe your top 3 wildcards at this year's draft.
I have to start with Vasily Podkolzin, the Russian player. He's under contract for the next 2 years with SKA St. Petersburg. So that has given some people some pause for thought on this young man. The simple fact of the matter is he wasn't likely to play in the NHL next year. So you kind of take your medicine, see what happens after year one, and maybe there's a way to negotiate out of that deal thereafter. If it's me taken as a general manager, I love this guy as the 3rd best player in the draft class. I don't think there's any holes in his game. As a young player, he was tasked with a lot of responsibility at the World Juniors, great at the World Junior A Challenge, great at the start of the year at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, where he tied for the tournament lead with 11 points. This guy will be very interesting to see where he goes. At some point, someone's going to have to take a chance on him, but that might be past number 10. The next guy I want to look at is Arthur Kaliev of the Hamilton Bulldogs. Here's a guy who had 51 goals, 102 points, playing for a Hamilton team that was in a rebuild mode after winning an OHL championship a year ago. When it comes to Kaliev, there is no doubt that he's the 2nd best sniper in this draft class behind Cole Caulfield. But Kaliev also has some inconsistency to his game. He's not in the best shape, as he did not test particularly well at the Combine, yet that goal-scoring ability is going to attract someone. Again, another fascinating guy to see where he goes. In a normal year, he might project inside the top 15. Who knows where he ends up? And the final guy I want to talk about, Raphael Lavoie, Halifax Mooseheads. Again, a player, because he's got the late birthday, maybe he's been over-scouted here a little bit, and people are starting to find warts in his game. But a good, tall kid that can protect the puck extremely well. He shoots it a ton. This guy had 20 goals in 23 playoff games. Simply amazing for the Mooseheads. Was pretty good at the Memorial Cup. At his best, he has the ability to take control of games. However, he's not at his best often enough for a lot of teams, although someone will jump on him. Depending on where those 3 guys go, there's going to be a lot of consternation here, and it's going to push other players around the draft.
Love it, Sam. All right, I want to stick with that top 3 theme that we have going. How about top 3 risers this year? Who do you have?
Oh, boy, I think it's got to start with Moritz Seider. He's the German defenseman who was the DEL Rookie of the Year, and he did such a great job adjusting his game depending on the competition. When he was playing with his peer group, he was a leader. He was a point producer. When he went back and played with the men at the World Championships or in the DEL with Mannheim, he scaled back his game, played a nice stay-at-home, simple style defensive type of game and wasn't leaned on to provide offense. So Moritz Seider, though, really tested well at the Combine. And you sit down and meet this guy for 5 minutes, all of a sudden he goes from probably the mid-20s into the middle of the first round, maybe as high as 11 with some of the things that I'm hearing on this young man. The next guy you'd have to talk about here is Spencer Knight. Well, I never want to take a goalie in the first round. If I do have multiple picks, I might consider it. If it's a need that I have, Florida would be one of them at 13. So if in a normal year where you might have a couple of different goaltenders, I think Knight is ahead above the rest of the class. And as a result of that, he ends up going in the middle of the first round. The last guy, Philip Tomasino. This guy is an even strength doll. The analytics people love him. The fact is he had 12 game-winning goals. That led the entire CHL this year. He's a great skater. He's a right shot. And most of the year, this guy played out of position on the right wing when typically he's a natural center. So another guy in terms of the top 3 risers, I think all of those guys now are comfortably inside of 20.
Look at you, Sam, on the road, on the move, taking time for us. Love it, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, thanks, Keith. Take care.